Greetings, Royal Family. Happy New Year. Welcome back to another episode of the Royal Culture Podcast. I'm going to be making this a thing, y'all. So make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave your commentary and your feedback. Let me know how you like the new podcast style content that I'm uploading. So if you are new here, welcome. This is the Royal Family. My name is Royal B. And if you are a returning Royal Family member, then you already know how this thing goes. So you read the title, Ogum, aka the Nigerian knockout. So she's allegedly returning to Basketball Wives. Say what? So, most of you should already know the controversy surrounding the last season of Basketball Wives. There were many petitions to stop the show. There were colorism issues, discriminatory comments being made, etc., etc. So it seems that the efforts of the public to stop Basketball Wives from continuing have failed, because Basketball Wives season 9 is scheduled to return sometime in May or June of this new year, 2020. Again, Happy New Year, guys. So again, there were several petitions that were being circulated to cancel the show. People were sending me emails. People were putting comments in some of my Basketball Wives reviews saying we got to stop this, So, I mean, it's being questioned still whether the way that OG was treated is due to colorism. I mean, discriminatory behavior, yes, she was discriminated against. Colorism, I say yes, but I can see why some people will say no. So, season 8 of the show, right? Shawnee O'Neal and Evelyn Lozada, they were heavily criticized and they were called out for their actions towards OG. Was the criticism they received warranted? I say yes, because it's obvious that Shawnee and Evelyn, they did not like OG for whatever reason. They didn't like her. I mean, we saw it. If you watched the show, you saw it. Evelyn, she went above and beyond to talk about OG's physical appearance, the way she dressed. That's all she talked about. Everything, her physical appearance. And she even went as far as to call, Evelyn went as far as to call one of her personal stylists or something like that, to verify the authenticity of OG's clothes. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that sounds like someone who's obsessed and borderline mentally unstable, right? Like, why do you care if her clothes are authentic or if they're the real name brand or not? Like, why do you care? The only thing that Evelyn could do was attack OG's physical appearance. And because Evelyn is a Hispanic woman with a lighter complexion, OG is a Nigerian woman with a deeper complexion, it makes you wonder, like, okay, what's your deal? You know what I mean? Like, what's really your deal? But Evelyn, I mean, aside from that, Evelyn, we've seen her insecurities displayed throughout the entire series of the show. So it could be a number of things. Colorism could be one of them, as to the cause, for her treating OG the way she did. But Evelyn is a nut job. I'm just going to say it. Now, as far as Shawnee, she made a habit of reinforcing that OG is aggressive. We heard that word non-stop throughout this last season. Shawnee's she loved that word aggressive. And she always said that she didn't feel safe around OG. And she was always acting like she was in fear for her life. Rubbish. Just straight up rubbish. Shawnee was just doing too much. Shawnee tried to come across as this demure, damsel in distress, and OG was this aggressor that was just walking around knocking people out. So Shawnee and Evelyn, they both were doing way too much. Now, what made me laugh, you know what I mean, and just made me shake my head is, I said this often, or I made this point often in my Basketball Wives reviews. Be sure to check it out. Go back and check it out if you haven't. This is the same Shawnee who is saying that, oh, she's so afraid of OG and OG is so aggressive. This is the same Shawnee who has stood by and watched her quote unquote friend Evelyn get physical with a few of the other cast members. OG has, she was in 2 seasons, so she's coming back. This would be her 3rd season. OG hasn't laid a hand on anyone. I mean, they left out a scene where it almost came to blows with Phoebe and OG, because Phoebe was making derogatory comments and stuff like that. But OG hasn't fought anyone. She hasn't thrown any bottles at anyone. She hasn't even mushed anyone. And Shawnee seems to somehow feel threatened by OG, and she never felt any fear for her life as it pertains to Evelyn. You know, like champagne and wine bottles, you know, the good stuff, those things are thick. Those bottles are thick glass. Evelyn's hurling those bottles in restaurants. She's jumping across tables, but I'm not even going to waste time, you know, running down all of Evelyn's violent behavior. And should Shawnee have been afraid of OG? Yes, she should have, because OG is not the type of person that is going to allow you to like put your hands on her and you not, you know, get stomped out. But OG has exhibited self-control. She's very mature. She's a professional woman. So all of this aggressive, you know, people have said and done worse things. And Shawnee, you never felt in fear for your life. You know, I don't like when people throw out that, oh, I'm in fear of my life, and there's no threat. You know, there's no real threat. A person has not exhibited any, like, you know, they haven't gotten physical with you. But whatever, let me stop rambling on. Now, let's go back to the reunion for season 8. Remember, OG, she was separated from the main stage because, again, Shawnee said that, you know, she was concerned about the safety of the cast and she felt OG was too aggressive, you know, to be amongst the other ladies. So that, to me, that was so embarrassing. And OG, she really held her composure, and she carried herself very well. You know, she got her digs in just like they got their digs in with her. But all of that, you know, that whole reunion, and then the host, whatever his name is, Mike Hill or Mark Lamont Hill, it was just a cluster of foolishness. It was just so crazy. Now, all of this sets social media on fire. Okay, you remember everybody was tweeting about this. You know, I did reviews. Thanks for those who viewed the review. And some people, they started choosing sides. You know, a lot of people were Team OG, and she did receive a lot of support, which was good to see. And there were people who were Team Evelyn and Shawnee, and there were people who had choice things to say about OG and her boyfriend and their physical appearance. So people chose sides. OG went on to do like interviews discussing the colorism on the show. So yeah, she was vocal about the aftermath, you know, of the reunion. And it was rumored that OG was fired from the show. Now, after all of that reporting that OG did, all of this, you know, social media love that she got, support that she got, it's now being reported that OG will be returning for season 9. Now, I don't know if this is 100% fact, but it does appear, it appears that some people are not happy about it. So I was double checking because I did hear this, and I'm like double checking, and she kind of confirmed it on social media. I think she wrote something about maybe third time's a charm. So she kind of like loosely confirmed it, and it's being said that she went on interviews. I didn't find those interviews. So even though I'm not 100% sure, this is an interesting topic. Now, what I want to ask you guys is, do you think that OG is a fraud? Because I did see people commenting, even under my old videos, someone said OG's a straight up fraud. And I'm saying to myself, well, this must be true if people are in an uproar and people are talking about this. Now, some say, yes, she's a fraud. And I understand why they would say this, because a lot of people, they were triggered by the things that happened in season 8 of the show. So I get it. You know, like I said, the topic of falsely accusing someone of being aggressive, making derogatory comments about people's physical appearance, and also colorism, you know. So a lot of people were triggered. And again, there were a number of petitions that were out and being advertised for people to sign to get this show taken off the air. Now, the way she was treated was awful. I am going to say that. Now, whether it was colorism or not, it doesn't negate, because some people think like, oh, it's not colorism, they just don't like her. And OG's a bully. Some people even said that she was a bully. Regardless if it was colorism or not, it doesn't negate the fact that she was treated bad. You know, she was discriminated against. And I'm going to keep it real. And I'm going to say, I'm going to go on record and say, I'm not mad at her for returning to the show if she chooses to. Okay. She does probably have a contract to fulfill. She probably has some contractual obligation to maybe do another season or 2 or 3. And that's the first thing that came to my mind when I heard this. I said, she must have a contract to fulfill. Second, remember earlier or a couple of months ago, they were reporting that Shawnee's executive producer title was taken away from her, or she kind of had to make a choice. So if that's true, that executive producer credit being taken away from her will leave her to be a regular cast member. And that is going to make for an interesting season, I think. You know, she won't be so quick to treat people like they're disposable. You know, your services are no longer needed. You know, she just has this attitude like she runs-ish. You know what I mean? And we all know she really doesn't. Because Shawnee, let's keep it real. Shawnee is not up at VH1 signing any checks. She has to answer to someone. She doesn't run the network. She doesn't run the show. They probably just slapped the executive producer title, you know, on her name because of her affiliation in the basketball, you know, scene, and because she's Shaq's ex-wife. I'm just saying. Now, again, I'm not against OG returning because I want to see how the ladies are going to act towards her, especially Shawnee. Now, as far as Evelyn, you know, she was scared. So she went down to the church house and she got baptized, saying that she's now celibate. So that's going to be entertaining to see Sister Evelyn on this new season, because it wasn't reported that Evelyn wasn't returning. So I'm sure she, you know, she lives for this type of drama and stuff. So like I said, I get why people are mad that OG is returning, because some of us were windmilling for her, you know, and I wouldn't be surprised if VH1 approached her and wanted her back to avoid any further like consequences of what happened during season 8. Because again, all these petitions for the show to be canceled, that's not a good look. You know, that's bad publicity for the network as a whole. And it's also bad publicity for the franchise. Now, I did read, when this rumor first came out, I did read that the reason why they gave Shawnee O'Neal the option of either being executive producer only or cast member only is because the recent franchises have seen a dip in ratings. So apparently they don't feel that she's, you know, you got to pick a lane. We're not going to be paying you for executive producer credits and cast member. You're going to have to pick a lane. You know, they may have budget cuts. Who knows? So ratings may actually skyrocket because OG will be returning, because a lot of people have been said they're going to boycott the show. But if she comes back, I mean, this will be something to see. You know, I think it'll be entertaining. So again, VH1 told Shawnee that she has to choose. So she went on social media and she denied it. But let's say that Shawnee still is going to be the executive producer and OG comes back. That pretty much shows the power that Shawnee doesn't have, because her decision to fire OG, if that's true, was pretty much overruled by the network. So the more I think about it, OG coming back is not really a bad thing. It seems like they need her. So I guess we will see. Like I said, I respect her decision. If she returns, I do like OG, and I am looking forward to seeing her make some boss moves. And it's like, I know people are not going to be in agreement, and that's fine. But like, isn't that what we wanted to see? Like, they tried to run her off. They tried to scare OG, but she's still standing and she's still winning. And to have her come back on and just, you know, unscratched, unscathed, you know, just still holding down her spot as cast member of Basketball Wives, isn't that going to be entertaining? Like, I'd like to see it. So OG girl, come on back and let them chicks know that you are strong in your spot and they can't shake you. So, you know, she shut Evelyn and Shawnee down. So I want to see her continue to do so, because during season 8, they really thought that they were going to, like, she was just going to fold, and she just constantly shut them down, and she did not have to put her hands on anyone. You know, even though people were saying she should have, she didn't. She has a lot to lose. She has a reputation in the entertainment world. You know, she's a beautiful woman. She has business opportunities, investments, plus her family. She doesn't want to disgrace her family, so she has a lot to lose. So she also probably got bills to pay. So that's another reason why she might come back. And I'm not mad about that. So provided that all of this is true, I'm looking forward to seeing what OG will bring in the new season. Now, if she's not on the show, I don't know if I'll be watching. I'm just keeping it real. So I know some of you won't agree, and that is okay. Share your thoughts in the comments. Keep it cute and keep it respectful as always. So be sure to like the podcast, subscribe to the channel, share. Royal family, until next time, peace.